Good evening. My topic that I'm going to be discussing with you today is organizational politics. The purpose is to inform you of politics and how it can violate ethical principles of fairness. I'll start with the brief scenario so that you can get a clear understanding of the workplace politics that I'm talking about. So, for example, there's someone in your organization that receives recognition, receives promotions based off what you would think is unfair, unjust, when you're doing everything that you can and you continue to get passed by. The reason you may be getting passed by is based off of workplace politics. When politics are put into place, people receive promotions and recognitions that are undeserved and unmerited. A clear definition of workplace politics is showing favoritism towards certain employees based off of unmerited favors. And the reason that politics exists in organizations could be a number of different things. One thing is have to know somebody that knows somebody. So, for example, you need a favor. You go to someone and you say, hey, I have a friend who's looking for work. Can you do me this favor and hire them? When there's someone in your organization who's been working really hard to get the same position that you're trying to get for a friend. And because you know that person, you have a good relationship with that person, your friend gets hired and not the person that really should be considered for that position. That's one example of how politics exists in a company. And it could be money. Sometimes managers, leaders would offer bonuses to those who, or under the table favors, who may be able to do a favor for them, kind of like, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. One of the ways to recognize politics in your company is if there's someone in your organization or your department who is wrongfully promoted. If you know that this person really doesn't do a good job at their position and really struggles with their position, and you know that someone else is deserving of that position, but the person who's not doing what they're supposed to do actually gets the promotion, it could be a situation of workplace politics. Another way to recognize politics is unwarranted recognition. That comes from a person taking credit for something that they did not do, and they're not owning up to their responsibility to say, I really didn't do that, someone else did. But they take the recognition and they get kudos from the leaders and everyone else in the organization based off of taking someone else's credit. Management plays a key role in politics and keeping it at bay in your organization. One of the ways that management can keep down politics in the company is to follow the company policies. Management should know and follow the policies. You have to be able to understand how to treat your employees fairly and be familiar with who you're working with. And so knowing that you have to be fair to your employees and offer promotion based off of hard work and recognition from others is how you go along with your company policy. There's nowhere in your company or organization policy that says we promote based off of favors. Another thing that management should know is the risk behind organizational politics. Politics in a company can get companies in a lot of trouble. One way they can get in trouble is the biggest advocate that an employee has at an organization is human resources. To have things like that documented in human resources and continuing to happen, especially with the same department or with the same person in leadership, can cause a lot of trouble for that person. Another way to do that is a person could feel like they're being discriminated against in some form or fashion, and so they can even file a complaint with the EEOC, and that is something that an organization does not want at all. They want to be able to not have a negative reputation in the eyes of the public. In all fairness, you have to be fair to your employees at an organization. And a way in being fair is, if you're promoting from within, make sure that the person that's being promoted, the promotion is warranted and it's much deserved. And one of the things they can do is to just be fair to their employees and to recognize those who are well deserved. Keep unnecessary attention from the organization so that it stays positive in the light of the public and the employees feel like they're being treated fairly. Thank you. Have a great evening.